Good morning. This isn't um a regular episode. If you're new here, my name is Brittany. I'm the owner of Sheer Opulence Beauty and also the owner and host of Sheer Alignment. This episode, well, this isn't even an episode. This is just a quick little. I just had a midweek rant. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just had a literal, I guess you can call rant with God, and I know it sounds absolutely ridiculous, but I've literally been going through this. I mean, hell, I've been going through absolute hell when it comes to business, when it comes to finances, when it comes to just my life in general. And I think what people need to realize is hell is different for everybody, right? It just depends on what your inner self. Your hell can be different from somebody else's, right? And I know for me right now, what is really kicking me in my butt is the spirit of comparison and trying not to. Yes, I get on here and I'm so full of joy when I talk to y'all, and I try my best to be in that presence because I know, if I got on here complaining and all this stuff, it's like, so what are you here for? Like, what's the point of you having this podcast if you're gonna complain all the time? But I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Me being a Christian and actually being serious about it, you I've been going through things that I thought I had already gotten taken care of. And what I've realized is I cannot always blame the devil. Like, we are so quick to say, oh, the devil, this is spiritual warfare, the devil, da 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 da. But that's not true, because what I'm realizing now is God just wants me to be disciplined. And when you're a free, and this is a special little tidbit for those ones who are really trying to break those generational curses, really trying to do better for themselves just in general. Like, let's just say in as a wholeness, you're not trying to be the next preacher, next prophet, next whatever. You're just trying to be a better person. You're trying to do it with Christ. I can tell you now, it is nothing wrong with you feeling like, Lord, I am stuck. Lord, I am in this position where I feel like I'm in a box and that I can't do anything, and I don't feel your presence, and I don't feel that, things are moving at the way I need it to be. And I want you to understand, it's okay to feel that way. I'm not here to tell you that it's not okay to feel that way. To be honest, God would rather you feel that way and come to him about it than hide behind a smile and your insides are just messed up, right? And when I tell you, it is just like I was literally on my way I was going to eat breakfast and go to my shop. And I literally just realized, Lord, I just been complaining all this week, just, because like I said, I've been going through my literal sense of hell. And I said, one thing about me, my aim and my strive at the big age of 33 is stability. And when that is something that is so dear to me, just being stable. That is something now that literally, if I'm not careful, devil can do just like this. But like I said, I can't always blame him for doing that, because Brittany, once again, you got to have that self accountability. You got to get disciplined. And my issue with that is, I'm a type of person, I can be very impatient. And so if I feel that, Lord, and I literally told her, I said, Lord, I'm working on, and I am so tired. Like, I am so just exhausted. You probably can't see it, but just tired and exhausted. And I feel like I'm just going in these circles. And, I told God, I said, I'm just tired. I'm just exhausted. Help me, please, Lord. Whatever you want for my life, bring it into my life and help me, and remove anything that is not supposed to be there. And God literally spoke to me and was just like, you know what? That's what we're doing. And I think sometimes, I know me, I put a lot on. I used to be hyper independent because I didn't feel like I can depend on anybody, because oftentimes the things that I felt that I needed, or the things that I did need, were bigger than the people. We talked about that in the last episode in relationships. And I want to just encourage you, and I know when you're going through stuff, the worst word you want to hear is encourage. I don't want you to tell me that. Just but that's the only word that can come out my mouth right now. I know when you are going through your literal sense of hell, the last thing you want to hear is somebody say, well, let me encourage you. No. That's not what I want to hear. But I'm here to tell you, to be honest, I'm not going to encourage you. I'm just going to tell you my sense of truth. Take away the devil. Take away the thought of you being in a spiritual warfare, right? Let's just take that away. If we know that God is who he said he is, why are we second guessing him? And then two, I want you to get in a place of, if you feel like you can't feel God, hear God, and you're just hungry for God, pray and see if you need to go on a fast. Also, if you're not even down that path yet, I need you to sit, I need you to breathe, and I need you to realize what you can take care of right now, God will allow you to take care of right now. What you can't, you have to realize God has his timing. Ambitious people, or people who strive to be successful, and it's normally when they've come from a place of scarcity, trauma from childhood, and they want to be, they don't want that level of what they were used to seeing, and we think above, right? We get to a point where we crash, and it's not only harmful for the people around us, it's very harmful for us, because people who are, if you're like me, you're ambitious, you have a drive, you try to do what's best, just to make sure you're in that position, and you try to do it the right way. When you crash, it's a lot harder to get back up, because your mind is like, okay, that didn't work. I've tried everything, and it gets exhausted, and you crash, and that's when they say crash and burn. And I'm telling you, just speaking me from right now, I am literally praying to get out of that mindset, because I'm in a place now where I feel like I have literally tried everything. I've tried everything with my business. I've tried everything with my love life. I've tried everything with my finances. And I still feel that I'm not getting the results that I thought that I would get. And it hurts. And it's not to give, I know you didn't expect a sad, you want me to get up here and preach to you, but I'm just being honest. It's okay to be in the hurt. It's okay to confess your hurt. It is okay to just literally, God, I'm hurting right now. I'm down. Like, I need something. My words to you now is to stay in faith, stay in hope. And one thing we have to realize is, to do that, sometimes you just need to breathe and just say, you know what, Lord, I'm going to be an example. Right now, I'm trying to find a place to live, right? And so I have to come to a mindset of, okay, Britt, you might not be able to go out and get what you want right now. You may have to compromise. You may have to go to a place where, yeah, it's safe, but go to a place where you may not be fully at best. But one thing about it, God can make anything a home, right? And I think when we get into this idea of what we want for ourselves, especially as people who are going to be successful, we often have this big projection in our minds. And it's not that God doesn't want to fulfill it at the moment. It's just discipline and time and character. And you can be trying your hardest, like, Lord, I did everything. But have you done everything in God's way? And can you continue to do everything, right? And so God is now really working with me in staying confident in what he said he was going to do, because I'm telling you, he told me what he was going to do. Staying confident in what he said he was going to do, having the faith, keeping the hope, and disciplined. And realizing that I cannot keep feeling like everything that's going on in my life is a spiritual warfare just because it's hard for me. Just because it's hard for you does not mean that the devil's attacking you. Sometimes he relies on you not being able to get through it for the attack to succeed in the first place. So it's almost like he'll sit back and be like, well, I don't have to do anything because she's already given up. I don't have to put out the effort of, sending people her way that's not going to, do what they're supposed to, or putting her in jobs that's going to waste. I don't have to do that. She's already given up. So why would I waste my resources to do that for her when God, she already gave up on you? So what is this conversation still about, right? When in our reality, if I just, because I'm always on go, if I just sat down and just say, like I just did, Lord, I'm tired. I don't know where I need to go. I don't know what I need to do. I just need to hear something from you. And I just need to, like, I can feel it in my bones. I just need to relax and just understand that, I just need to understand that you're with me through whatever. When you get to that point, relax. When I mean relax, I mean breathe and know that God is God. But I also need you to realize you have reached your capacity as a human being. There is nothing else your mind can physically or you mentally or your body can physically come up with to do. You need to be with God. And if that means that, hey, y'all, I can't hang with y'all today, I have to read my word, or if you just need to go by yourself for a minute, there's nothing wrong with that. If you have to put on a smile at work, put on a smile at work, but don't push yourself to the point of depletion, because you're not, you say you trust in God, but now you're going through hell, and it's like, dang, I can't trust you. I'm going through this and I need to move. And God is like, if you just be still for a second and just understand, sometimes I have to pull you back and bring you back to a place of humility. And it's not to just humble you. It's so that way you can see plainly what's in front of you. Sometimes I have to pull you back to where you started so that way you can see plainly what I'm trying to do for you. And I think when we, as successful people or people who are just trying to reach that point of stability, and even just people just out here just working, you don't have to be an entrepreneur like me, but you have to get to the point where you're just like, okay, Lord, if this is what you want to do, I gotta trust you. And you don't have to do it with a smile on your face like, Lord, I'm at that point where I'm like, you know what, God, I have literally tried everything. My hands is off of it. I have to trust you. And God's told me, if you're going to trust me, you're going to have to be bold about trusting me and also trust that I'm in you, right? Me being an entrepreneur, there are a lot of, I just asked my friend, I said, do you feel I hold back? And it was like her and God was talking at the same time. It's like, no, you don't feel like you hold back, but you have so much in front of you, you don't know what to do first. Like and it stagnates you because you're so scared to move. And I'm telling you now, my next season is, I feel like God is pulling me back to where I started, no matter what that is. But also he's pulling me in a season of boldness where it's like, okay, if you trust me, go out there with me on your shirt and go out there. And I'm not just saying physically, but go out there with me on your chest. Stand on it. If you trust me, if you love me, if you know that you have confidence in me as being God, go out there, no matter what your situation is, no matter who you feel is going to look at you crazy, no matter who you feel you're going to be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed. I got you. And I'm telling you, this is for, I don't know why, because I was in my car and I was going to come here, eat my breakfast and watch my little TV, for a second. I said, you know what, let me just take a time to myself. But God was like, no, go. And I just want to encourage you, that word again. I just want to, tell you that, yeah, it's hard. Yeah, I wouldn't be who I am if I lied to you and told you, oh, being a Christian is the easiest thing in the world. You'll have no problems, no issues. Everything's just smooth sailing. No, it is hard. It is, it's hard to be in that mindset to depend on something you can't see and to depend on his word. Even though you have the evidence around you, you just can't see it. And I know you're trying. I know that you have literally been trying everything that you can. I know that you've been striving. But at some point, you have to get to where you're like, okay, God, I've done everything I can physically do. Use me. Let me be the tool, and when you get to that point, at first it seems like everything that you thought would work for you is now gone, especially when everything you thought would work for you is now gone, or in a sense of leaving. You you get depressed and you get sad and you feel like a failure. And remember, in Jeremiah 29, I told you, he'll revive. He has the plan for you. He has the plan. He ultimately has the plan for you. And sometimes that means taking small steps. And if he put in his plan for you to be here for this moment, he also put in his plan what it'll look like once that moment leaves. Um, Stand still, be confident in God, and just realize it's okay. It's not your failure. It's not God don't love you. Because I've been in a season of, not a season, but I've been in this whip of comparison lately too. And I did confess that to him. Like, Lord, I'm seeing you, do it for these people who literally are out here lukewarm. Like, and I'm seeing you, I'm trying, I love my music and I'm trying to stay on that path where you want me to do. But these people out here just like blankly, one minute they praise you, the next minute they out here, doing whatever. And I'm like, Lord, but you keep blessing them. Like, you keep, boom, doing it for them. And I'm just like, Lord, okay, what about me? Like, I'm literally trying my hardest to live for you. And I felt God like, is that what you want? Like, if that's all you want, then yeah. If your mindset is on what they have, cool, I'll get it to you. But don't come back to me and say what I have for you, even if what I have for you is greater. Don't come back to me and say that I never gave you that option to give you greater. You wanted what they have and you settled with what they had. And that's the spirit of comparison. And that's why it's so dangerous. Because when you know that you have the drive and ambition and the motive and just the optimism and the faith that are not, I don't want to say better, but that is just on high, and you look around and you see everybody else succeeding and everybody else is blessed, you start to compare yourself and you start to say, well, God, you know what? Just give me that and I'll be good. You just settled. You literally just settled because you don't know if what God has for you is greater than that, so that way you can come back and bless them and show them the way, right? And I know that's a lot to think about, but I'm telling you, don't settle. Do not settle. Like I said, if you got to go home, and talk it out with God. Like, literally, get your Bible. I didn't have my Bible open. I was in my car. And I was in there, okay, God, like, what's up? Like, what's going on? Like, this is how I'm feeling in the inside. And because I don't want, you can't lie to God. He knows your heart. He knows what you're thinking. He knows how you feel. So there's no need in lying to him. There's no need in going around this earth being mean to everybody, or even just being by yourself. Talk to him. Let him know what's going on. When you that's the point of a confession. When you confess it, it flows out your mouth. It goes into his atmosphere, and that way he's able to handle it because you've already confessed it out of your system. That's what deliverance come from. Get rid of it. Just confess it and be okay with that, and be okay with being vulnerable with them. And I'm just, like I said, it gets hard. It gets discouraging. It gets to a point where you're just like, Lord, because people have created this cycle that just because you were Jesus Christ, everything's easy. And I'm not going to lie to you, baby. It's not. If Jesus Christ had to suffer, if he had to go to be buried on the cross, and just, if you really realize that, you're like, dang, like, okay, if Jesus had to go through that, I can only imagine what I have to go through as a human, and just put your confidence back in God. And just, I know it's easier said than done, but I'm going to tell you, first steps, discipline. Try to get something in your life that you can be disciplined about. And discipline is nothing but a habit. If you're saying, okay, you know what, Lord, we're going to pick one. I want to get better in my health. Okay, let's get better in your health. Do discipline. Are you going to eat better? Or if it's just as simple as waking up in the morning, getting in your word, being disciplined and being consistent about it, and let God to work through that and work around that, right? Because if we're trying to do everything at one time, we're not omnipresent, so we can't be at 1,000 places at one time, and then we become stagnant. And so God is like, how am I going to move and work through you, or use you as a tool that I need you to be, if you won't move because you're too many places at one time, right? You're trying to be too many places at one time. And so I'm just letting you know, like I just had my midweek rant. It's hard out here. It's not easy. It's not all giggles and sunshines. And I'm just pleading with you. Don't give up. Stay in your word. Your now is discipline. Start to work on yourself. Start to work on trying to be better and doing it with God. And so I want to leave you with, of course, I'm going to leave you with a scripture. It is Psalms chapter 16, and it is we're going to do, it's only 11 verses. We're going to do 2 through 11. I just read it. Mine is titled Confidence in the Lord. It says, "Protect me, God, for I take refuge in you. I said to the Lord, you are my Lord. I have nothing good besides you. As for the holy people who are in your land, they are the noble ones. All my delight is in them. The sorrows of those who take another god for themselves will multiply. I will not pour out their drink offerings of blood, and I will not speak their names with my lips. Lord, you are my portion and my cup of blessing. You hold my future. The boundary lines have fallen for me in pleasant places. Indeed, I have a beautiful inheritance. I will bless the Lord who consoles me, even at night when my thoughts trouble me. I will always let the Lord guide me, for he is at my right hand. I will not be shaken. Therefore, my heart is glad, and my whole being rejoices. My body also rests secretly. For you will not abandon me to Sheol. You will not allow your faithful one to see decay. You reveal the path of life to me." That is Psalm 16, and I just read for you verse 2 through 11. You can also look at Jeremiah 29 and 11. Read those, get in your word, get to yourself, talk to God, and try. You probably feel like you have Brittany, I done tried everything. Keep trying. And keep trying doesn't mean do everything. Take it step by step, day by day, one thing at a time. And I promise you, it'll be all worth it, okay? All right, I love y'all. I'm going to get ready to go because now I didn't sit up here and talk for 20 minutes and I didn't miss my breakfast. So I'm going to get ready to go. But I just wanted to let y'all know that love y'all, and I will see y'all maybe next episode, whenever God tells me to get back on here. Bye.